Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Connected Corner. We got Tuesday vibes going on, and we doing something a little special for y'all tonight. So we know we're going to continue with our self-care journey, our self-care series. So we are going to be relaxed and looking like we're self-caring tonight. So you'll see as our guests and my co-host join me. I have on some things that like make me feel comfortable and good. My little satin pajama set and my little crystals and stuff. And believe it or not, this is how I like lounge in the house. Just so y'all know. So yeah, I walk around with always something on my lips because my great grandmother told me you always gotta keep them moist. Like you can't let your lips dry. So even when I'm in the house, I'm like constantly putting on chapstick. That's self care for me. Okay. Candle crack job lips. So, welcome to the Connector Corner. We are so happy that you are joining us tonight. And if you have not already shared our link to the show, either YouTube or Facebook, make sure you do that now. Let everybody know they definitely want to hop on tonight. We are talking about the beauty of self-care, and we have an awesome guest that I am going to introduce to you guys shortly. But just welcome, and we're going to have some good Tuesday vibes today. It's Tuesday. It's the Connector Corner Tuesday, TCC Tuesday, however you want to put it. But y'all know Tuesdays is the Connector Corner time. So thanks for joining us. So I want to make sure that I give a shout out to our media partner, Diamond K, over at Radio on Fire TV. So if you have not subscribed to Radio on Fire, they're on YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you do that and follow him. He has a morning show, the Diamond K Show, also that you can follow. And you can also catch the Connector Corner over on the Radio on Fire platform. So we're in two different places, so make sure you check us out there as well. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for joining us. Drop your comments where you are. If you watch it from YouTube, you watch it from Facebook, what city are you from? Put that in the comments. We want you to join in the discussion tonight. And so also you guys know about the Keys Key segment, the Keys Key question segment. So we also post them on our social media. So make sure you go over to our Instagram and Facebook pages and answer the key questions. And they're all about self-care for June. So we're going to keep posting them throughout June. Make sure you drop your comments, answer the questions. I don't know about y'all, but I've been doing a lot more self-care since we've been on this topic. And so it looks different for everyone. And I've been being more intentional about making sure that, I do things. Some people like, oh, okay, I get my hair done. I make my face up. Things that try to make you feel good. But for me, I've been really checking flights. I know people think I'm crazy. I'm trying to go like 2-3 places every other month, travel all summer. So I have all these things that I want to do because I'm like, I need to do some more self-care. So let us know what self-care looks like for you. Drop the comments in as we are going through the show tonight. I also want to give a shout out to Meech over at In the Nick of Time Media. And my awesome co-host, they did the red carpet and covered the media this weekend for an awesome production called Ripped by Lady Day. And so it was awesome. If you didn't see it, check it out. Google it, search it. They did an awesome job doing the red carpet there. So if you're not following, make sure you follow In the Nick of Time Media, one of our other media partners. So I'm going to get right in. And I am going to introduce our guest tonight. And so, you guys, this is a beautiful, awesome young lady, not just like outside, but inside. But, if you're going to go to somebody that's going to help you look beautiful, you want them to have some beauty, right? Just not outside, but inside. And so we have with us tonight Miss Dyamon Brown, who is a mompreneur. She has 3 beautiful children. And when y'all see her, she come up on you, be like, no way. Okay. She is a beauty industry guru and makeup pro artist, not just like a MUA, not just like a makeup pro. Okay. Makeup pro artist. In addition to being a makeup artist, Diamond is a lash technician. She is also a wax professional. She is a Jane of all trades and beauty self-care. So she also provides teeth whitening, microblading and shading, wax training. So she does the things herself and she teaches other people. Y'all know we love that here at the Connect the Corner because, we're educators. We love teaching people. So she's also helping others get the bag too. Okay. So put your virtual hands together for none other than our guest tonight, Miss Dyamon Brown. Hey, Dyamon.
Hey, Kiana. How are
Welcome
you?
to the Connected Corner. I'm good. I was excited. We just been so excited. We was like, yes, this is going to be good. We're going to
I'm
talk about all this.
excited too.
Yeah. And I was reading, it's like, people, it's funny because I think sometimes, like with guests, even if we have the relationship with some of our guests or we know them, you don't always know like everything people do.
Yeah,
And so I'm just like, what? Like, God dang, what don't she do? Okay.
I do a lot.
Yes, it is. I mean, it is a great thing. I know people used to, sometimes you'd be like, oh, they a jack of all trades and, master of none. I think when I was, starting out as an entrepreneur and I was like, I wanted to do this. Like, I want to make everything a business, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, I can do that. Oh, I can make money off of that. Oh, I can. And they like, everything don't have to be a business. And so it's like one of those things you're like, well, I can do all of these things. Like I'm talented in this, we all have like different gifts and skills. And
Mhm.
it's like, so, but I don't want to like I'm all over the place. So
Right.
I used to feel like that all the time. When people say you're a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And so it made me feel like, well, I can't, be like this everything because people going to think I'm not a master at anything. But I'm looking at how your stuff aligns and you really are a master at these things that you're doing. And so you found that niche and you like, okay, I'm gonna get licensed in everything I could do in this beauty industry right now. Okay. So tell us more about, yourself. And then we're going to get right into, the questions and just talking about beauty and self-care and all those great things. So for those in our audience or listening, if you don't know Diamond, we're going to get to know Diamond tonight. Drop your comments and stuff in the chat for us. And if you have not, do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell, bing, 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 so you'll get notified when we go live. So Diamond, ain't she cute, y'all? Ain't she so cute?
Oh, thank you, Kiana.
So
First,
I
thank
won't make you blush too much. Go ahead.
you. Sure my cheeks going to hurt, Becky?
I
If I'm
know, right? Look, I'm smiling like this. Sometimes I'm like, why my jaws hurt? Because I be spending the whole show like this.
smiling so much. But it's all genuine smiles. Thank you. First, thank you for having me here tonight. I'm excited. I'm Diamond, you all. I am a self-made entrepreneur in Baltimore City. I'm a mom of 3. And I just really enjoy the beauty industry. I like making people feel better about themselves. Not saying that people aren't confident, on their own, but I really am a firm believer that beauty definitely enhances not only your looks but your personality. You could be going through something and you come get your lashes done, get your makeup done, and you ain't worried about that till tomorrow. So I really I love what I do. I am fortunate to be able to make money off of what I do, and to teach others a way, outside of a 9 to 5. So
Yes. And I'm telling you, and we're not going, we say we never ask a woman their age, but we age gracefully anyway. So a
yeah.
lot of times we can't tell because I'm like, well, I got 3 kids too. Now I
Mhm.
had mine much longer ago, but
I didn't know you had 3 kids.
yes. And I think we the same. I have 2 boys and a girl, like you.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And my girl is in the middle though.
Oh, okay. So
In the
my girl
middle.
is first.
Yep, she the oldest. Yep, my girl is in the middle. And
Mhm.
so, that is important. Like we talk about that. I know for me, I went like a while where it's like, okay, I give my nails a break. I cut them off. You get busy, you're doing things. Or if I know if I'm doing a project in the house or something like that, I just might not get them done for a couple of weeks and just kind of maintain. But then I'll go a while and I'm like, even I said, okay, I'm not going to get no designs for a while. I'm going to just do like plain. And then it's like, okay, I can't take it no more. I need
I
something.
gotta
I
get
need
it.
color. Right. Because I want to look down. I'm using my
Mhm.
hands. I'm typing and I'm doing stuff. And you don't even realize, like, when I would just kind of take that break and like, I'm going to save some money, I'm not going to get them done. And it just changed my work day because I'm looking at my hands and I'm like, they not making me feel fuzzy
Yeah.
inside.
Like, this ain't me. This is not
Yeah,
me.
like I can't do this. I want to look and see colors and the design, and I'm
Mhm.
typing, and I'm like, oh, it look like artwork, moving on my keyboard, and so that makes me happy. But they say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So you are a beholder, right, of beauty. What things do you find beautiful as someone that we say the beholder of beauty because you help other people look beautiful?
Mhm.
So what
So
do you find beauty in?
I find beauty in first yourself. I really feel like you can be as beautiful on the outside as you want to be, but if you're nasty inside, you're ugly. So that's number one. And I just the phrase itself, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is within you. It's in your soul. So you have a beautiful personality, and you can be ugly on the outside, but that makes you beautiful to me. You get what I'm saying? It's not about even physical looks. You see past that when it's in the eye of the beholder. So that's what I see.
Yes, I'm a firm believer in that. Like and I feel like I literally just had this conversation with someone, and it goes along of that line where people will look at somebody and they be like, oh, they pretty. I'm not sure who it was. Oh, matter of fact, it was my best friend was out, and she was at something, and it was supposed to be like a woman's thing. And she said literally the ladies there made a comment and was like, well, we know, I mean, you don't have no issues. Like basically they felt like, I said, still today in 2022, we have this, well, you're lighter, you're prettier, and like that thing going on. And I said, they said, well, she was like, yeah, they really were like, well, you're pretty, so you can't possibly be dealing with the stuff that we're dealing with. And so to say that is like then you don't think that you're pretty or that you're beautiful and you're not bringing something. And please, like being pretty don't mean you don't have no problems. That don't mean like you just skating through life, girl. I'm cute. I was like, y'all wasn't raised. My mom was on me. Looks alone is not gonna get you where you need to get. So I think that is unfortunate because that is a reflection, of how they see themselves and how they, see beauty. I mean, I'm a Libra. If you follow me on social media, you pretty much know that by now because I just gotta let people know I'm a Libra. But that is literally like one of the traits supposed to be of Libra, like beautiful things.
Mhm.
And before I even like knew what a Libra was and things, like literally I've been like buying art, collecting art. I used to sell art like in college. Like I had just graduated from college, like early on. I started selling art like in my early 20s. And I didn't even realize like I love beautiful things. I love things to be pretty. I just love to look at the sky, all of that. So you can really just look around you and see so much beauty.
Mhm.
And I like this topic with you tonight because beauty does make you feel good, whether it's on you, whether you're looking at something.
It does. Well, speaking in a physical sense, I love glitz and glam. Like seeing things sparkle to me.
Mhm.
Like if you come in my house, you can just see, you can tell
Right.
what I have a love for is diamond stuff everywhere. Everything is sparkling. So that type of stuff is just beautiful.
So you're true to your name. Look.
Diamond, everything. Diamond, 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 diamond. Everything. I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah, that is so funny. That's so true. It's like sometimes I used to tell people, take time to name your kid. Like when you think about stuff like that, because sometimes people literally become, what that is or that meaning. So I love that. So being in a beauty business, having babies, and balance. I said, beauty, look, beauty, business, babies, and balance. How do you maintain a well balanced life? We talk about self care. And so it's like you're doing all of these things. They're like, oh, yes, Eric said blessings, right? So bless you too, Eric. But these things are a blessing. But like, how do you balance all of that and maintain your self care?
It was tough. In the beginning of it all. It's really tough. I give credit to any mother, whether you have one child or 10. Like it's tough. And especially when you are entrepreneur. So I don't really have babysitting privilege as much. Now my daughter is old enough to go to school, and my oldest son is old enough to go to Head Start. So I have just my baby son, and I'm basically doing daycare and working at the same time. I don't get paid for that though, but I gotta maintain it. And it is tough. It's tough, but you find your way, you find tactics to keep everything aligned and in order. I First, let me give a shout out to my clients, because all of my clients, not I have never had one person who didn't understand. You know, in a moment what I'm going through with my child. Like, I have to take a quick step back from me working and handle this. All of my clients, for the most part, are like, I get it. Even the ones that don't have kids, and they come in here and they love on my kids, they love on me, and it's like a big business family. But yeah, so it's tough, but I have found my way and my tactics. When it comes to self-care, I can do self-care anywhere, from home, as long I can take a nice warm bath and read a book or something, or anything as such. Do my own nails. I got my own little gel polish machine and stuff. So when I put my kids to
Of
bed,
course you do. Look, of course. Of course. I'm always like image of people like, what is it that I could do that I'm paying? Well, I said, well, can do my own taxes and stuff and do all my
yeah,
business stuff. But it's like, what can I do? Something like that. I mean, I can, these locks. I do it sometimes, but I'm down to like 3 hours if I maintenance my hair myself. So
they
it's
look
not
good,
fun.
by the way.
Thank you. And then my arms be hot, tired. I feel like I worked out.
Yeah. See, that's one thing I can't do is hair. I do everything but that. I can't. But yeah, so I self-care when I put them to bed at night, and I wind down. I just, excuse me, and it feels good. It feels good. It really does.
That's good. I will say, probably close to probably your age. I had 3 children by 26,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't start at 15, y'all. I mean, I know I look, and so, but that was really important, for me, like not even, like now sometimes things are like trend, right? So people self-care Saturday, self-care Sunday, and you got to do some things for yourself. I think moms figure that out way earlier than anyone else. It's like, oh my goodness, like when do I have time for myself? You hear just women and wives and moms say that so much. And so it's one of those things that we kind of catch on early to it's that self-care and not labeling it, but it's really a need. Like,
Yeah.
we need some time. Like, y'all gotta go to bed. I gotta wind down. I don't want to be a CPS. You know what I mean? Like, let me,
Yeah.
I need some time. Okay.
It's important. It's really important to have self-care and to just have that quietness sometimes. Like, just let your mind cease everything that's going on. It's so important. It is. And to even get out. So I'm not really out. I don't go out much. I love to go out. When I go out, I have a good time, but I don't get out much. But every now and then I stress that, like, I need one of y'all to get these kids so I can go have me a good time, because
I was ready to say, I know you said, because I done seen some stuff like you be in the water. You didn't get on some vacations.
yeah. See,
You went on a baby moon or something before.
I did. I went on a bit. It was really beautiful. Yes, It was really nice. I would rather go on a trip than to go out and party.
That's
That's the
me.
type of person. Yeah.
Like, people like, oh, you out? Yeah, because I can't come to everything that's going on here and still book my
Mhm.
flights like I want to. So yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I got this for, and then whatever left, I buy a ticket to the parties.
Yep.
But this guy gonna come first. So that's something too. I know I've had a lot of clients from the financial standpoint, as tax clients and just helping with business development and things like that. And so being in a business that's cash, and people have this perception of people that's in the beauty industry, whether it's, cosmetologists or whatever. What is the most offensive assumption maybe a clientele makes about the kind of work you do? And then, like, how do you redirect, to something more positive when you may get, that kind of assumption things? How do you redirect them?
I never really had any bad experiences. I would say, when it comes to business, the only issue sometimes you may have with a client is when they may try to negotiate your prices as an
Mhm.
entrepreneur. And that to me is disrespectful, for one, and it's if you can't afford it, go to someone who can, and that's okay. That's okay. But that right there to me is kind of in a way I do take it as disrespectful, because I take it as if you're saying I'm not worth what I'm charging you. No. No, because if that was another person down the block, you would be like, oh, I'm going to go spend my hard work earned money on this. This is something I want. And a lot of times, I don't have this issue with people I don't know. It's usually people close to me. Yeah, like, family members sometimes who will try to carry it like that. But that's the only thing I would say is offensive that I've experienced so far being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it most certainly is. And I think that as like I don't ever, whether it's somebody in my network or friend or whomever. Now, if we talking bargaining, we can do that. I know Tori and I, we kind of teach a lot of entrepreneurs what like strategic partnerships look like, but you just coming in and trying to, I remember first starting out, with my tax business. I used to only do taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And you got family members trying to get a payment plan. Like, girl, I'm only charging you $75. We are not about to do a payment plan.
They will try it, and don't
Like,
be.
we're not doing no payment plan for no $100. No,
Hilarious. They will try it. I have family members though that do support me 100%. I love y'all. Thank you. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, it's some family, some friends, and every now and then, a stranger who will try it.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
They will.
yeah. And I think as women, sometimes we get that. I'm sure, like most, and I don't want to seem like men self-care too. So guys, we're not leaving y'all out. You know what I mean? Y'all self-care too, but probably because of some of the services that you provide, you have mostly women. But I think sometimes as a woman entrepreneur, I know in my industry, especially like business, some of the stuff that Tori and I do with coaching and things like that, they try to take advantage sometimes of that, right? And so I remember, early starting, especially sometimes with guys, I had a client one time. I said, all money is not good money. My uncle people taught me that all money is not good money. Or they do this like, sir, you have all your stuff ready. We're not going to keep meeting for you to give me your documents. This was before I went virtual, And so by the third time I said, you know what, when we showed up, we met, I gave him all. He said, what you doing? I said, because you look like you trying to date. And it doesn't take 4 times for us to meet to get your stuff in order. So you might need to go somewhere else because you wasted my time, my gas, And he was like shocked, like, I mean, and then he came and he cleaned carpet. You are a brand new person. Somebody referred you. I don't know you. I don't know how you clean carpet, sir. And first of all, your carpet cleaning versus with that don't match up. So you cleaning my carpet for a year? Like, what we doing? How you come in bothering already? It's not like you said. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful.
It is. That's hilarious.
So it's something. And so I know, Tori could definitely, speak about, those things and how we do that. And so you guys, are y'all ready? You ready, Diamond? You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So look, I'm gonna do this. Bring it to the stage. I gotta do this for her, because she was on the red carpet this weekend, red carpet correspondent, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna give her that fanfare coming on, like, hey y'all, welcome to the red carpet at the Connected Corner, none other than my ace, my queen, my day one, my business partner, my co-host. Hey y'all, Miss Tori Rose.
Ooh, yay!
Oh, she playing now. Let me play now. Go ahead, y'all. There she go.
Look, who me? Who me? Who me?
Hey y'all. Hey, Diamond, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. You looking good.
Hi.
Yes, Kiana looking good.
Look, I tried to prepare them a little bit, but I don't know if they was completely ready for that.
They wasn't.
Y'all got
still feeling very red carpet-ish. Okay, yes, so I wanted to grind on trunks.
You got your red silk on and everything. Yes,
baby. She was ready. She was ready. And ladies, listen, I have been listening in, and y'all are so right. And Diamond, just kudos to you. Of course, we're going to support you. That is what we do, not only at the Connected Corner, at the Cousin Corner. That's what we're going to do. So you don't even owe us no thanks, girl. That's what we was going to do. The crazy thing is how many people will forget to support one another. We'll drive 35 minutes past your house. We'll be sitting there wondering, like, I wonder who I could get. And your family member is right here. And so you ladies have been on it tonight. Self-care is healthcare. It does make you glow all over. I had to take a quick moment for some self-care tonight. So thank y'all for letting me join midway through the interview.
Mm-hmm. I know, it was so appropriate. I said, oh, this is funny. I told how it's like we're doing more. And it's almost like it's just coming, like that manifestation and bringing stuff. Because it was the same thing for our last season topic, like relationships and things. And so it's like we've done this. Everybody said, oh my God, this is needed. It's so timely. And yeah, some people, it might be a fad for them, like self-care, but it's a lifestyle and a journey for others, and so it's so appropriate because I feel like I went to California to visit my sons. I said, when I get back home, I need to find me some other places to work because I work from home. I can't sit in the house and do it. And so like just doing those different things, you're manifesting that stuff in your life. So we're going to think about what's going to be next season, Tori, for them so we can manifest whatever that is in our life too, because we are manifesting
And if you all have a topic or something that you really just want to see us dig and dive deep into, let us know. Send us an email at bcg.manage@gmail.com. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that. Go over there to the YouTube and type in The Connected Corner. It's called Phonetic. Not only will you get connected and you'll be able to hear when we go live and when we bring on these awesome and amazing guests like Miss Diamond, finesse faces. Diamond has such an infectious personality that she finesses environments. So if y'all have never gotten with Diamond and really Diamond, okay, you need to find her, connect with her, and become a client. And watch, just being in her presence makes you feel so finessed. Anywho, you're welcome, dear. So I know you ladies have had some dynamic conversation. I do want to just throw in a question. It's off script a little, but Kiana kind of alluded to it. Tell us a favorite place of yours to just relax. Like, is there an island? Is there a country? Is there a part of your house, a neighborhood? Where do you go just to relax?
So I've been to Cancun before, right? I'm going back. I relaxed really good there. But so I'm off Mondays. I book a massage. I try to do it at least once a month. And I love going there. That's a place I go to zen and to relax and have peace and quiet. And at the same time, just regroup. I try to make that, just make that a part of my lifestyle lately. So yeah, that's one place.
Very important.
In my house, my dining room. I might go in my dining room just to regroup at night. The kids are upstairs sleeping. So I'll go in my dining room and sit at my table and write some things down sometimes. And I'm sorry, my fire alarm is going on. But
no, I thought that was in here.
No, it needs a new battery. I'm sorry.
As long as it's not a fire, because then they're going to see us finesse a very different way.
No, we got to switch that battery. But yes, my dining room.
I love that. And I'm grateful that, these are just, I think sometimes people think that you have to have millions of dollars to do these things. No. Having a routine and a schedule to put your kids to bed. Kiana, her children are obviously older than Joshua. So I had 9 years of watching how she parented some of my older cousins and other friends, how they parented. And one thing they always said was 8:30 to 10:30 is your time. You're going to self-care every single night. That kid need to be in the bed at 8:30. And I'm telling you, there will be some nights that if she called and he was up, she's like, it's 8:45. What are you doing up, girl? He is giving one last kiss, because being able to just take that nighttime to decompress. I love that. Thank you for that. And for the massages, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary viewers, if you don't know how to put $5 to $10 a week aside for your body to be rubbed upon, to get that massage, you're doing yourself a disservice. There are Groupons, Living Social, Buddy Passes. You can get a whole full body massage for $30. And most people spend at least $30 for two at a McDonald's. Are you not worth more than some raggedy chicken nuggets? And so when we put it in perspective, right? When you put it in perspective, it's important to do those things that help decompress, but also your body has muscle memory. Oh, yes. So is it Gwinnett Johnson after 9:30? I don't have anything nice to say to children. Ask my kids, baby. It gets like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'd be like, what?
Yes.
I love you too. I don't like you right now. What? Because you know why? You have to reestablish that boundary. So thank you so much, Gwinnett, for that comment. We are 100% connected with you on that. And you want to see me turn and pluck a kid in the forehead? Be up at 10 o'clock.
I'm trying to tell you that is definitely like, she not lying. Schedule, this is my time. I was telling my kid, you can't, homework help stops at 7 p.m., 7, 8. If we had practice, 8. When you come in, you take your, nope, I'm done. Especially when I was teaching full time, because when they were in school younger and I was teaching high school. I've been doing this all day, and I'm gonna give y'all your time, but homework help stops at this time. You gotta have accountability. If you needed my help, then we gonna see what we could do them 15 minutes at the breakfast table in the morning. But I'm done for tonight, So I think that's really good. And I love Gwinnet's question. And we are definitely going to make that one of our questions we ask, especially talking to a mompreneur and an entrepreneur. But really like talking about like those things, positive things and stuff like that. And you've shared some of this, like, what are the positive things like in your life? So, we talk about the kids, y'all. We do love our kids. We're not saying they're not a positive part of their life. They positive. But what are the positives in your life that gives it more quality? Like, outside of that, we're moms, we're this, we're that. But what are the positives in your life that you feel gives it more quality?
That's a great question, because it's making me think if I really positives. I would say for one, your family, outside of your kids and stuff. I'm big on family and friends and the people who support you the most. That to me gives my life quality. I love those people. I appreciate those people. Another thing I would say, I'm gonna go back to self-caring. I'm finding that I'm becoming kind of like a loner. Like I like doing things for me lately and just making me happy. You bring your own quality into your life, really. You do. You choose what that means.
Baby, if that ain't a t-shirt, you bring your own quality. Woo! So just the other day, and I've been, let me tell you, I have been trying to make this video for like 2 or 3 days. And anybody who knows me knows when you see me post these videos, like on my Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever, I don't do multiple shots. I cue it up, and what you see is what you get the first time. I'm gonna one hit it and quit it. But I have not been able to do this video because I almost feel like I'm attacking this person based on a conversation we had, and it was about quality. And so what my comment was, you can be the table, but please don't be arrogant when you made of plastic. And so it is something about an old-fashioned mahogany table that is classic and that has quality. Be that, sis. Don't be the $49 IKEA table that everybody has in their house, right? And I love, ooh, baby. Woo!
Y'all tell me, I remember that. I was trying to get, wait a minute, let me make sure. Oh my goodness, I couldn't pick up my pen and pad fast enough.
Be the quality, because what Diamond is, and if you don't mind, I know you guys didn't really say your age. I didn't hear you say your age, but coming into
We
this next,
alluded around it. We didn't ask. We
You can
alluded.
ask my agent. I'm not offended.
it's no need. She grown. Coming into this next decade, right? You're gonna start to understand there's so much peace and self-care and quality time with self, right? But it
Mhm.
also is we start to attract what we need. So when we operate in this kind of eagle, I'm operating by myself and walking by myself, you attract other eagles. You
Yeah.
attract other A-type strong men and women that it's like, yo, so we go out, we all can cover the bill. We go out, there's no drama. There's the vibe is so good. So I'm sorry, I just got excited. Listen,
Yeah.
with that being the case, what is the most rewarding thing about the work you do and making other people look like quality?
The most rewarding, I would say, I don't want to say my reviews, the results that I get back from my clients. I literally have watched clients cry in my chair and then call me the next day and tell me how they went out and had a good time because they felt so beautiful. That right there is enough for me. Like I did my job. I did what I was put here to do, what I really wanted to do. So that right there is rewarding. That makes my life. I could see that.
I love that. And that just means that you're also walking in your purpose,
Yeah.
right? I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about me. I'm like, don't tell him I cried. But no, girl, I'd be like, I believe that we're already beautiful women. I think that there are certain things we do that, just make us feel prettier, right? But I think we're already beautiful women. And
Yes.
most people are, especially if you're doing the self work and you're good to others. You just look, but it ain't nothing better than having them eyebrows on fleek, baby, with them lashes. Like right now, I feel like a little raccoon without my lashes.
Yes.
And I remember when I was afraid to wear them. Do you remember how you just helped me
Yeah.
feel so much more confident? Like, girl, I left out there. I could have been like this. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, I feel beautiful because you have a way of just reaffirming and reassuring individuals. So I know y'all you talked about self-care at different times, but since we're talking about your purpose, when did self-care and kind of making other people and servicing other people in this way become your focus?
So I have a backstory on that. Basically, how I started is what you're asking.
Or how
So
you interpreted the question, like,
yeah.
because you may have been doing it before you realized that you loved it. So if there's a
Mhm.
twist to the story, however you want to share it.
So I was going through something. I had lost a child at 5 months. So I had to push my child out and she didn't survive. I was going through, I think that was the first time in my life I could say I ever felt a depression. It was something traumatic that happened to me that I wasn't prepared for it. And, it just hit me. I needed a pick me upper. And as a child, my mom would never let me play in makeup, y'all. She would always be like, "Oh," when my friends would be doing this, she'd be like, "You better not." So I never cared for makeup. Even when I became an adult, I didn't care for it at all. But it was this one day my mom was like, "I got some makeup. Do your makeup." And I was waking up crying every day. I just couldn't get the thought of what had just happened to me out of my head. And I played in her makeup and did my makeup. I didn't know what I was doing. Of course, it looked a mess, but it made me feel a little better in my situation for some reason. It was a pick me up. And from that point on, I was like, if it made me feel this way, I would love to help other people when they're going through something. And help, you never know what something as small as that could do for somebody. So
That
it
is so
lifted
right.
me.
And that's so vulnerable. And believe it or not, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
I
how I
didn't
started.
know. So thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for sharing that. And for anyone who's listening who can relate, we're not going to ask you to drop your personal information, but just type amen. If you watched it on the replay, type amen. If you're live with us tonight, type amen, because we believe that you do overcome by the power of your testimony. And then you never know when your testimony is helping someone else. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for being vulnerable in that way.
And I want to add a little sprinkle into that. Not saying that you know, like you kind of touched on this earlier. We are all beautiful. I see beauty in pretty much everything and anybody. And even if you have that confidence, not saying that I wasn't confident at the time or another person won't be confident, but you go through things and, you know, when you look good, you feel good. That's how, you know, I would just love to make people feel. And ever since then, I used to tell my friends and family, I had my own place at the time. I used to be like, y'all can't come over here if you're not going to let me practice on your face. And they would let me excuse my language, I would F their faces up. But that's how I got my practice in and how I started. So, yep.
That was love. That was love.
Yeah, it was. Thank you, y'all. Everybody that was shooting with me in the gym. Thank you.
I was trying. I don't even think I remember seeing it, and I was saying, well, I don't have nowhere to go. And I can remember calling your mother or wanting to call your mother. I think I did call and say like, well, wait, once you get your makeup done, where do y'all go? And, you know, like this mindset, because, you know, I'm a little older than you, just a little bit. And this mindset of like, I need somewhere to go now that I'm cute. And I think that there's a freedom in your generation that says, I can go to my kitchen. I don't need anywhere to go. I just want to feel good in the moment. And this is a moment of satisfaction, regardless if I have this whole agenda or not. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it is freedom in that. Because I'm much like, my mother didn't wear makeup, so it wasn't something, she would barely let me even put on eyeliner. I mean, I was in 10th, like, Ma, come on now, I'm in high school. Like, can I, we can do some eyeliner and some lipstick. But it is freeing because, like now you'll see somebody and you're like, why are they in Walmart? Like, where are they going at? And they dressed up, you don't know. But what happens is if you don't have somewhere to go, you be trying to find somewhere to go. Yeah. Like if you, you get all done up. I know, so we've been through that. Like we have something we gotta go to. You making an appearance somewhere, your makeup done. And the thing is, we ready to leave. I'm like, girl, it is only 8:00 and we're trying. Is this where we got to go somewhere? I am not about to go home. I am not about to go home.
Yeah, you be like, look, I didn't waste the outfit. I didn't waste the face. Enough
I'm feeling good, looking good. We not out here. We gonna stand down we just gonna stand around. We gonna take it back in the day and walk around the harbor. I don't care, but I'm not going to this cute.
Yeah.
One day, Kiana and I had we went to an event. We were invited, and we knew it was a little bit of everybody. Like Queen Latifah was being honored at this thing. Well, she was speaking at the thing or something, and we just knew it was going to be a lot of people, right? And we had our furs on, honey, so we were ready. Faces beat, we had our furs on, and then it ended super early, and so we were just standing around on the parking lot of the place posturing like, yeah, so did y'all see, look, pointing past your cheeks, did you see over there, did y'all see over here, and then some guys had invited us to come with them, and we were like, no, we don't want to go with you guys. And we literally went nowhere, but went everywhere at the same time. We ended up going to a carryout, getting chicken and eating chicken with our faces beat and our fur coats. So I want to ask you, it is hilarious because people don't realize it is in those moments that confidence is built, right? We didn't need to be the attention of some random guys. We felt good about ourselves. So share with us, if you can, if there's an experience like that. Have you ever just felt pretty? Like, I want people to see me, but it's not a thirst trap. I just feel confident in what I'm doing.
Yeah. So I've had a few nights like that where I felt like enough people ain't see me. Like, I look too good. So what I usually would do is like get who I would have called my man at the time. Like, make sure you get a picture of me. Make sure, or I'm coming home and I want you to make sure you get this because enough motherfuckers ain't see me yet. So yeah, I have had nights like that. Again, like most of the time when I do get dressed up and I go out, I have somewhere to be, or I already know I'm going somewhere. But back then, yeah, I would just do my face and not have anywhere to go and be in somebody's carry out, like you said. And Jimmy's getting Chinese food in the hood. looking real pretty for
nothing. All the old men, they like, let me get the door for you. Let me get the door for you. They trying to figure out who you are.
I had famous. It was a lady one night. True story, I really had went to the curry out to get some Chinese food. And she was like, oh, you look so pretty. Can I get $1? Like that, right? I was like, she was funny. I had to give her.
What she wanted to say, you look like money. Can I get $1?
Yeah.
That's what you look like money. Can I get $1?
You should start handing out little diamonds. So everywhere you go, and people say things like that, you just hand them diamonds and it has your business information on it. So I can't give you $1, but you can have a diamond.
That's a good idea. I'm going to take that into consideration.
You should.
Thank you for that.
I would love that. See, this is what happens at the Connected Corner. Guys, listen, it's the Connected Corner. We are live with you tonight. If you are not already subscribed, please go over to our YouTube and make sure you click the Connected Corner. Hit that bell so that you can be notified when we go live. Go ahead and subscribe. You don't want to miss it. If you're catching us on the replay, type replay in the comments and let us know where you're watching us from. Also, be sure to share, put it on your social media, because there is someone who has not been feeling too pretty, has not been feeling good about him or herself. Self-care is healthcare. COVID has been hard on all of us. And if you are still here today to talk about it, still here to see another day, you owe you an opportunity to just feel pretty. It may not be makeup, maybe cupcakes. It may not be cupcakes. It might be sunlight, whatever it is. Go find that thing and then let us know about it, right? And let us know what you did to find your self-care.
I like that. That's cute. I like that. Yeah, no, I was reminiscing what you were saying, like you standing around. It's that moment, and it wasn't even one of those events, but you'd be like, where is the after party? Oh, you just standing there waiting, like trying to see what everybody else is doing. You go to the one, you just like, whatever, I don't know, let's stand right here real quick, see if we hear see if we hear what's happening later. But I mean, these are just great stories. I love it. I want to do this question, kind of go off, because it's such a good question that Gwennae shared, and we'll show it to you guys. So, you know, we're all entrepreneurs and mompreneurs and things like that. And so how do you transition from working to being an entrepreneur? And then how do you turn like your hobby or interest into your main income? And so I know, you know, we talk kind of a little bit, especially being in like the beauty industry and doing things of that nature, you're doing something that you didn't even know you developed the talent for. But, you know, but it was that passion. It was something that was personal for you that you turned into a passion and monetized it. Right. And I was saying earlier, I used to want to make everything a business, every single thing. And so that transition and kind of looking at how do you do that? Everybody transition is different, you know? And so it's, you know, it's can't say one particular thing. I will say this won't sound like a plug, but it's real. That's what we do. That's what we do. Honestly, we do. So we actually help people in different transitions. Tori helps people transition in their careers. You know, I do business development, and then together with Beehive Connected Group, we brought our talents together. And to help that holistic, whether it's initiatives and things, and we're bringing strategy to you. So we have a number of ways through our different endeavors. So Gwennae, that's how, like literally, if you provide a service, my mentor always told me, if you provide a service, and sometimes a good, you know, that people need, you'll always be able to monetize that, you know. And so, you know, leaving your job or transitioning to full-time entrepreneur is really just about your lifestyle. Like, what are you willing to do? Because it is some sacrifices in that, you know? And so everybody's journey look different, but I say, write the plan out, you know, write the steps. And if you need coaching or anything like that, you can email us at bcg.manage@gmail.com. And, you know, we would definitely love to help people. That's what we do. Put a plan together and to make that transition. Someone used to do that, like literally help people leave their job. And I got caught up in that at one moment, you know, before, like, but honestly, for me, naturally, anybody know me, I just don't do well. Like it just don't work for me. You know, it's not like I like having the additional stream of income. Don't get me wrong. That's why I will go get a job, but I don't last like more than
and
it's nothing wrong with that. Shelf life. Check out go to my Instagram, Tori Rose the Connector. You'll see I talk about shelf life. It is nothing wrong if you are, let's say you are ketchup and someone else is mayonnaise, and someone else might be sugar, and someone might be the seasoning that's been in your TT's cabinet for 20 years. Everybody
Right.
has a different shelf life, right? And so I want to give Diamond an opportunity to answer the question as well. But my perspective is normally I provide a service that most people don't want, but they need.
Okay.
So taxes, I always say this, you got to get your taxes done because most people don't look good in orange, right? You don't want to be locked up for not doing your taxes and things like that. I have friends that are chefs. Everybody loves to eat. We love food. But when we talk about self-development, it's frequently the least most important thing to most people, but it's the thing they need the most. They just don't want
Right.
it. And so for me, my transition, Gwennae, would have been one way or another because I was busting at the seams, right? So sometimes you'll have a passion or a calling that you will talk to the wall about. So I would stand literally in the mirror and just talk like, I'm not motivated today. I need to get activated. Activation feels a lot stronger than motivation. That's how I started in my own business because it was coming out of me one way or another. And so eventually I found a homeless person that would listen. And he said, "Oh, that's good. I like that. Awesome." And then I would talk to that guy. I would see him. He was our local homeless person. So I would see him every day, right? On my way to the car, on my way to work, on my way, whatever. And I was like, "All right, I got one more thing for you. I'm going to say this. What that sound like?" It don't sound like you believe it. All right, thanks. I'm going to go back and work on that. So some of us don't get those glitzy and glam. I know y'all, it seems like it. I'm the motivational speaker, red carpet correspondent, whatever. But how many people want to pay $10,000 for someone to tell them that it's their fault they're not successful?
Right.
But they will pay $5,000 for a butt, right? Like, let's just call it what it is. So Diamond, in your business, have you found that you would still do this regardless if people paid you? Like how has that transition been for you from, maybe working at one point to entrepreneurship? Would you ever go back to a W-2? What do you think about it?
I would, God forbid I don't ever have to, but no, I feel like I took a leap of faith and it worked for me. The same way they say college isn't for everybody. A 9-to-5 isn't for everybody. Not to knock anybody who does have a 9-to-5. That may be what floats your boat. But me personally, Kiana, how you said you can't do a job for too long. I've realized something about myself. I don't like authority. I don't like for anybody to have authority over me. So with that being said, I had to do what I had to do to become my own boss because I can't take somebody else being my boss. That's one. So my transition wasn't really rough. I did have moments before I took that leap of faith where I would say, I need benefits. I'm making a legitimate check here. I know how much money I'm going to make with my checks. How much am I going to make if I let this go and do it on my own? I'm probably not going to make anything, especially starting off. I can say that was the scariest transition, the scariest part of transitioning from a 9-to-5 to an entrepreneur. But whenever you, like you said, you provide a service that someone needs and you're consistent with it, it's up from there. It's consistency and practice. And when you're good at what you do, the universe has no choice but for people to be attracted to what you do. So
Most
I can
certainly.
yeah. So
I like
Yep.
that.
That's good advice. I'm gonna add one thing. Consistency for me might have been 7 years. And so
yeah.
social media, remember those of us that, were in school before computers and before social media and all of that, right?
Yeah.
We see this mindset, like if I'm not popping by 25, but most of us, like Kiana has had her own business and she was in her 20s. I started my first business at 23. I'm almost 40. So what you guys are seeing is the manifestation of starting a business. Maybe that one, getting to a place where it plateaued. Maybe I wasn't consistent. Maybe, that idea has been shifted. Now it's not the priority, but it's still somewhere lingering. And so someone's watching this like, dang, I'm being consistent. Maybe God is not blessing me. Maybe, no, that's not what we're saying. We're saying be consistent till it pops. Because that consistency for you doesn't have the same timeline as it has for someone else. You can be in the same business with someone else and theirs pop and yours not, or vice versa. The difference is longevity. And what God has been showing me is, and I've gone and I've supported other people's businesses that are in similar lines of service as I am. We're not the same. And God has blessed me with longevity. And so that meant if it's going to take me another 2 or 3 years to get those $1 million contracts, but my name is going to be a household name, you know? And so don't get caught up in those things. And oh, Gwinnett, good. Oh, I love her. She's amazing. And if we are pronouncing your name incorrectly, please break it down phonetically. Okay, but I hate messing up people's names. Okay, so how do you ensure that you will have money for retirement? I think that's one of my biggest fears. Give you real quick, and I'm sorry to monopolize it, but I'm passionate, and this is kind of my area, right? And so, and Kiana has her own spin on it, but I'm gonna talk about from the career and planning piece, right? So imagine if you were 25, you had COVID in this most recent COVID pandemic, and then from COVID, you also then developed a kidney condition. You're 25, you're not gonna die, but you are deemed uninsurable from your health, from life insurance. So it's just stay with me. It'll make sense. You may live another 50 years, right? Are you not going to have life insurance? Well, no, you can't. You're uninsurable based on what the standard says. But you make an income every day or every month, every week, you bring in a pay. If you were my client, I would say to you, let's look at your budget. I'm going to sit you with a budget specialist and we're going to identify how much of your pay you're going to put on the side for your life insurance, right? Because remember, by this world system, now you're no longer insurable. Well, let's take that and translate it to retirement. If I'm making $75 a face, right? And I know that I'm booking 10 faces a week, that's $750 a week. I'm going to take that same premise and I'm going to apply how much is going to my savings long term, how much is going to my savings short term, and then I'm going to work the rest of my budget. What happens is in entrepreneurship, because it is something that Black and brown people have not been instilled in, it's not been trained to us from generations to generations. It is the one thing that does not compute to us. If I said, what you going to do about life insurance? You would say, oh, I'm just going to save $250 a month until I die at 100, right? And have the money to pay. If I say, what you going to do about vacation? Oh, girl, please, I can payment plan it, or I'm going to take these little Security Plus or CQ got this program 1%, and this is what I'm going to do. When it comes to entrepreneurship, our brains literally disconnect because we don't have the traditional family models, nor do we have those, like they say, representation matters. We often don't have people to the left and right of us that have been successful in planning for their futures long term, dealing with recession, depression, and what's currently happening in the world. And so that's why working with a coach, getting a professional, and having a team of individuals you can trust to say, yo, this fear isn't real. This is the blueprint. Let's work the blueprint. And once you start to commit to it, you will see that that blueprint will work for you. So sorry, I want to toss it to Kiana because I know she comes from a different perspective, but y'all know I get excited about freedom. Yeah. You ready to go? We ready to go. You want to plan to go?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Freedom, free. And so I'm gonna take a commercial break. Look, I was listening. I'm just over here now and take a commercial break. And again, you guys can email us at bcg.manage@gmail.com. And so that perspective, like Tori said, and that's, how we came together. And we're going to tie this all back. We're talking about the self-care. And I know a lot of times we have entrepreneurship. We talk about it because the network and the people we're around. I think I might have put something in my story today. If that's what you are, that's what you're attracting. That's what you just end up being around all the time, right? So it may look like everybody we have on the show is an entrepreneur, but they are attracted to that. Like other entrepreneurs are attracted to us. But what that does, and just making sense to that, is that's that work retirement plan. Most people, somebody asked me the other day, and I get that question all the time. Literally, I just got it from somebody in my family. That's always something that's said. And because we live in a certain freedom, I tell people all the time, what is retirement? When do you plan to retire? Because you have people now that work to 60 or 70. Some people is dying at the job. You might not even make it to retirement. You may die on the job.
That's
I mean,
true.
we put all this, investment in. And so, personally, those that I may have been in a relationship with now, current or future or whatever, will say, well, how you doing this? Or, don't forget you have to save. It looks like I'm not saving and I'm not doing because I'm taking trips and I'm doing these things. My retirement plan may look different for yours. Right. And so where most people, when you're on a job, you may only do 1% to 2%, 1% to 3% is the average, which most people put in their 401k, 403b, or whatever. Every job also doesn't match, right? Now, if you have a job that matches, that's great, right? So now instead of the 1, you got 2. Instead of 2, you got 4. Instead of 3, whatever. But you look at that as security. If you took that same money and you opened up a IRA, which is nothing more than a retirement plan that you're doing on your own, you'd be surprised because banks and credit unions have retirement plans for entrepreneurs, like for people who work for themselves. There is a retirement plan for you. And it works the same way because you are probably now as an entrepreneur, once you build your business, making more money you would have on a job because you can give yourself a raise. Right?
How did you get to that?
Okay. So when you realize I'm not making enough, I need to save 10 more thousand. Okay, let us look at the market and say, okay, I can raise my price by $5, put that extra $5 in my retirement. So you are in control, in control of your income and your retirement as an entrepreneur than you are as an employee. I use the retirement plans through the jobs and the matching. Well, I won't get all my secrets. You're going to have to email. Because that's a Kiana thing. I teach you how to finagle, but go ahead.
But you're right. And you know what's funny, Kiana? You and I spoke about last week. You said I can almost feel when your clients pay their invoices. Kiana had literally just called me out the blue, and I was like, "Girl, I just had a client pay an invoice, whatever." I looked at because I pay myself every Saturday from my business, and so I looked at my pay last week. Now I have a W-2 9 to 5. I'm a consultant with the federal government, right? Most people know that, but I also have my own business. I literally made more in my business last week than I made on my federal government job. And when I tell y'all I make good money on the federal government job, and I laugh because when you stop seeking the money, when you stop letting the money be the sole focus, when you operate like you already got it, Diamond said it best. The universe will respond. And we believe in God, but we also believe that God masters the universe, right? It's universal principles. Like you're going to reap what you sow. You're going to speak and mountains move. So that means when I speak prosperity over my life, prosperity finds me. I was like, oh, look at that. And we're going to keep it humble, but understand that when you get in that succinctness and that vein, it happens.
Okay. So
I like her.
Piggyback off of what you just said, Tori. When you love what you both love what you do, right? When you love what you do, the money will follow. Like it won't even feel like you're working. It won't. Like once you find that thing that you love, be consistent with it, master it, and the money will follow. I've made more money working for myself than I've ever made working a 9 to 5. And I've had pretty good jobs, really. So yeah.
And it doesn't look like work. Kiana was in California. I was jealous because she was on the beach looking like the beautiful mermaid. And I don't know where I was. I think, what was I at the time? Probably traveling through like Mississippi or something. And I'm like, girl, it stink where I'm at. And she in California. She's in California. And it stinks. It physically stinks. I can't even put my window. It's like skunk out here. But when you are living your purpose, that is a form of self-care as well. So when we got your, yes, we will talk about 401ks, IRAs, 403bs. If not on the show, I know Kiana doesn't want me to spill her beans because she's building something huge. But there are some workshops and things coming down the pipe that we recognize that especially post-COVID and now with all of these changes. So understand that $40 that you had 2 years ago is not the same $40 that you have today. I was reading something that said I think it was maybe in the Economist Today publication, it said your $40 today is $17. So just understand that just in 2 years, we've gone basically through a kind of depression with the gas prices, the energy prices, and trying to balance the global economy after all of the stimulus and PPP and all of that. So Kiana's building something huge. I won't keep saying it, but just stay tuned. Continue to follow us. You know, we will be sending out some newsletters and things. We're building that to keep everybody in the loop of what we have going on. But baby, financial freedom, financial care is also self-care. You look better, you feel better when you don't care that you spent $80, $90 for your face because it didn't set you back 2 weeks, right? Nobody wants to get their makeup done or lashes done or have how you say vajacial? Because I need to get me one.
You said it right.
And then not be able to put food in the house like that. Those priorities are all warped. So we want to make sure that while you are having your self glow, you're also doing the things so that you don't feel guilt the next day, because that is that's not what we're doing in 2022 and beyond.
No.
And most certainly, and as usual, you know, we joke sometimes, you know, for those who are still with us, thank you. You know, we've gone past our normal hour, but this is our platform. So be humble, but you know, it's our platform. So which was funny. I had typed that to somebody the other day, and I called her, I was like, I'm gonna just read what I typed. I mean, it just flowed, but then we just be like people just don't even, when you are operating and you see those things, you be just like giddy just about, or you're reading it and you're like, she's like, we don't, I was like, I know. And I typed it, but then when I went back and read it, and I was like, so we have our own platform. And I was like, Tori, we got our own platform. Like, it's just, you know, anyway. So, you know, if you get excited about those type of things in your life or thinking about it, like I feel it and I think about it and I'd be like super excited. She'd be like, I was like, oh girl, I just felt it. I can see it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah. And it's not here yet. When you get there, I'm gonna tell you, it's nothing you can't do in life. You're gonna be self-care is just gonna be a part of what you do. And it's just part of that. And so, and get around those people, not to use, but make sure you're bringing, like people say, to the table and things like that. But I don't work. I do what I do just so I can. Vacation is always my focus. Like anybody's, it is I literally start the year with where do I want to go this year? And then I start with, okay, well, this is what I need to do to get where I want to go this year on vacation. Like that is how I plan. My vacation, what I want to do sets my goals.
Right.
So, because that is the life I want. And so, you know, people post all of that. I'm going to create the life I want. No, sure, I'm really creating the life.
I know that's right.
Because I start with what I want, right? Mm-hmm. And then I set the goals based on what I want to do. That's right. So, you know, that is something. But definitely we will. Thank you to our wonderful, wonderful media assistant. She dropped the notes for us for your topic. So thank you guys. We will definitely be looking at those and looking at those topics, and stay tuned for the rest, because we're still doing self-care the rest of June. And guess what? Financial care is self-care, and we do have a financial and budgeted specialist coming up. So stay tuned until the end of June, because we are bringing that to you as well. We did not miss that part, because it's whole, right? Like looking good inside, looking good outside. But if you don't, your finances is messed up and you ain't self-caring and taking care of them, you can't do none of this other stuff. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we do have Miss Financial E coming up on the Connected Corner soon, and we will talk about that very topic with the self-care and financial care. So stay tuned for that, y'all. So, you know, we're not going to hold y'all.
Not much longer.
Ready?
Yeah, I know, right? It's almost time. I know. And the show gets so good sometimes, and I'll be all right. We don't always get to the keys segment, and I'll be good. So we just, you know, post them on.
But just ask one. Don't do the time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the time. Look, I'm gonna just ask one of my key questions. It's normally 3, so you get off the hook tonight, Diamond. I'm gonna ask 1.
Okay.
All right. So let me see. Which one? All right, I got it. So, what are you putting off that you should do? And we're going to drop that question in, because I think that's for everybody. And when they've been hitting us with the questions and stuff tonight, and I'm feeling like that's the one I should ask. And audience, we want you to answer too. So drop your answers. So what are you putting off that you should do?
I have been putting off taking more trips, actually. That's something that I feel like I wanted to incorporate into this year. But I have a baby, right? And he's breastfed. So I'm kind of in fear of taking him with me or leaving him here and he's acting a butt because he's attached. But that's something that comes into self-care for one. Um, I'm really big on I want to take my trips, and lately I just have been putting it off because of circumstances right now. But yes, I feel like next year will be better, or towards the end of this year.
Yes. And
Yeah,
you
and
can
that's
always
actually a
blame it
good
on
one.
COVID.
Huh?
Yeah, always blame on COVID. People are dying. So you got some reasons. And then, I've tried to leave my boobs home several times. They don't really disconnect like that. So you can't really just take them off and leave them. And you got the most beautiful, amazing children I have
First
ever
of all,
seen.
I thought you said your boo. First of all, you said boo, and I was like boo, and
She
then
said,
yeah, and then I immediately thought of Josh, and I was like, this girl said her boo. Bye. Anyway, I was trying to like, what? Who? Why is she leaving home? But that is good.
Girl.
Actually, one of my sisters was just saying that. Literally, she said this year, and y'all don't know I got more than one, but she gonna leave her husband. Like she said, they work, and money is not even the issue. It's that whole like trying to. You know what I mean? Keep it whatever, but that is actually something really good. But I hope she don't kill me. But one of my former students and client now, she had a baby recently. And I just watch her stuff because one, I just be so proud of y'all. I be getting emotional, you know what I mean? Just watching, I be so happy. I'm not one of like them old biddies that be like, oh, no, I really just be so happy and proud and just be smiling. My jaws be hurting. But Erica _ invaluable, go check her page. That baby is with her. This girl been everywhere in this last year. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I wouldn't have dared. I'm going to tell you that right now. I wouldn't have dared. But I'm looking at this. It was like, oh, not that I could do it again, but I'm saying, oh, if I had wanted to, if I could.
Yeah.
I mean, very inspirational. And just watch it, single mom, and just, I'm telling you, and they look like they be having a good time. Now, it could be the person taking the picture not there, but just the fact that he is with her, and I think he is just turning one, if he's even one yet. Some might be, but it's just the most beautiful thing to see.
Yeah. And there was an article, y'all know I be reading my articles. There was an article that talked about this young lady. She posted her daughter is 18 months old. Her daughter's 18 months old and has been in 6 countries or something. Whatever it was tied to the article. So if I find it, we'll post it and we'll share it into this. So you guys have to come back to the replay and watch it and click the article. But anyway, so what they talked about was Black and brown children are becoming more traveled, right? So but we've really been traveling our whole lives. Like, I understand the lens that some of these articles are written from, but the point was about early childhood development and how our children fare so much better in their 14 to 18 when they traveled from 0 to 4. And so I want to throw that out there. And the young lady was showing that her daughter has been in like Egypt and Nairobi and Punta Cana and all of these different places. And she was a small little baby and she's gone through all of these things. And the point is so that she can have these experiences in these stages of early childhood development with the understanding that it'll make her less fearful of leaving to go to college and all of these other things from 14 to 18. So listen, everybody else is doing GoFundMe's. I know that ain't your style. You're too much of a classy woman for that. But baby, if you make a GoFundMe and say, I want to take my babies to travel, I guarantee you I will donate and I will make sure I find 10 people to give you $100 because everybody deserves to.
They fly free up until, if they can sit on your lap up until 2, you don't have to pay for them.
That's right.
That's right. You know what? I need to take that into consideration.
Yeah, I see more kids. My flight coming back from California, I had 3, and they was all girls, little girl. Nobody. Well, yeah, because 2 of them. So 2 of them were over 2. They wasn't older than 5. One, I think this one 5, 4, and then the one was on her mother's lap. She might have been 1. Like one in front, one, the mom, the baby, and then one cat corner. I actually moved so the dad and the 4-year-old could sit next to each other. And they were good because normally I don't mind getting on C and B, you know, when you fly Southwest, because I like to see where the kids are sitting and I don't sit anywhere where they're sitting. Because some let you know when you waiting that it's just going to be a problem. Like they already screaming and all that kind of, yeah, honey. So I sit as far as way. So that was the only thing left. And I was nervous, but they did really good. And it's because, and it's funny because the two brown ones had been traveling before. And the one on the road with me, you could definitely tell her mother went to sleep. And like, so you knew she was 5 and she was used to it. Because our mom said, I'm tired. Like we went, she said, girl, and they, yeah, so she already had her train.
Right. So listen, not to belabor, but anybody watching, let us know where you want to travel next, where you want to go next, because we heard that as well. Also, if you have any advice or tips to young moms or dads that may be watching, how they can travel more effectively, how more economically sound, drop those in the comments. We want to hear from you. Diamond, I know we're coming down to the wire. Tell us, how can we find you? How can people stay connected to you? And how can maybe they can become their client, or they just want to feel beautiful, or they want to get a gift card or gift certificate for the love of their life to feel beautiful? How can they connect with you?
Okay, so you can connect with me on any social media at forever__diamond, and diamond is DYAMON. That's one. And I do offer specials. I offer, if you want to get a gift card for your lover or your lady or something such as that, it's just a button away. You can always click the link in my bio to schedule an appointment or, you know, do whatever you need. I have many services to choose from, many. So, you know, it's kind of like a one-stop shop here.
Yeah, we listed them all for y'all earlier when I said it, and they were dropped in the comment.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, ladies.
Oh, it's always nice having you. People like, they just so we relax because if it's good energy, y'all don't understand. Everything ain't gotta be like this. When the energy is right, I feel finessed. We have been in the presence of finesse. So guys, listen, my name is Tori Rose the Connector. Please connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn at Tori Rose the Connector. I'm also on Twitter. And if you are in a position where I saw someone say they want to go back to school, if you want to pivot and change and do something different in your career. I just posted about a client that I had last week who is in my program less than 30 days. I mean, let me tell you, baby, this thing worked out for him so greatly that not only was he able to shift and transition from an underpaid position, he got severance for 2 months. He's also picked up a brand new position at a university, paying almost twice the amount that he was making, with the hours that he wants, with the title that he wants, and he still will be getting his severance throughout these remaining 30 days. Because remember, he got 2 months severance. And so when you work with a coach, you get the benefit of the strategy that the coach knows, that the coach has mastered, and then all of those other learned experiences through clients and things like that, and network. So if you're interested in getting some coaching, go over to Instagram, type in The Connected Corner, fill out my job form. It's about 5 pages, but baby, I'm telling you, it's going to let you look at yourself first before I look at you, and then you'll identify whether or not you're ready for this here program. Let me help you go from surviving to thriving. I'm your girl, Tori Rose, and I'm looking to connect with you. Kiana, where can we find you?
And you said the Connected Corner. Y'all can follow the Connected Corner, but to fill out Tori form, Tori Rose the Connector.
Did I say the Connected Corner?
Yeah, you did.
They're my bad.
But you can find it over there too. We share it. It'll be there. And that's something too. I know Tori was saying, I'm working on something big, but at the Connect Corner too, we are news and resources you can actually use. So we are actually working on that as well. So while you can come and watch the shows live on Tuesdays, we will be doing a little more resource and newsy things throughout, like that in between, as well as developing some resources for those who are connected. So make sure you get connected to the Connected Corner. And you can follow Kiana B. Jones on social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of those great things. And if you are looking for some of the things when they said about the business development, budgeting, you need bookkeeping, anything of that nature, you can email consult Kiana at beprofessionals.info. So we will drop those emails and those contacts for you. And make sure you come back next Tuesday.
Thank you, Diamond. This has been amazing. And we wish you nothing but continued success in your business. And I mean, I might be a nice, good big cousin once the little one is off of the business,
booby.
the booby, and babysit for you so you can go to wherever you want to go, hunty. Let me see. It's this master's program. I can't do nothing with this master's program. As soon as I'm out, I'm everybody's babysitter. But we love you. We appreciate you. We value you. And we are just so excited about all that is to come in your future. So please stay connected as we know you will. Guys, thank you again for coming and checking us out. This has been The Connected Corner. We'll see you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Be here or be square. Peace.
Bye. I love y'all. Thank you.